Web application penetration testing. Before we can start talking about that, we need to understand what a website is. Just like any sort of application running on your computer, website is an application installed on a server. In this sense, server is a computer that probably just has better specs than your computer, but fundamentally it works exactly the way your computer works. So it has an operating system, computer with some operating system, and a number of web application to allow it to act as a web server. Now the main two application that it probably has is a web server and a database. Web server like Apache and database like SQL. These are the web servers that basically understand and execute the web application. So web application are executed by the web servers. So the web application will be written in on PHP or Python, or any other programming language really. The only thing here is that web server needs to be able to understand and execute this application. The database contains the data used by the web application, so all of this is stored on a computer called server. The server is connected to the internet, so and it has a real IP, so anybody can access the computer and can ping it. So the web application is executed by the web server, which is installed on the server or on the target in our case. So every time you send request to um, access anything in a server, it gets executed on the web server, not on the client browser. After executing it, it sends a HTML page which is ready to be read by the client. So I've managed to create an instance. Let's say you are on your phone or on your computer, and you want to go to facebook.com. So you type facebook.com into your URL box. Um, this will be translated using a DNS server to an IP address. So DNS server right here uh, translates this into its relevant IP address. So there's a server that translates a domain or any website with a name into its relevant IP address. So you request facebook.com, and this goes to a DNS server. It translates facebook.com to the IP of the server where Facebook is stored. Then you reach the IP address. Then the server will execute the page that you want using all of the application that we spoke about, and then just give you a ready HTML. So what you get back is just a markup written in HTML, which is a markup language. All of the result of executing the program. So here the program gets executed on the server, and then you just get the result back. JavaScript, on the other hand, there are some websites that use JS, and JavaScript is a client-side language. This means that if you manage to find a website that allows you to run JavaScript code, then the code will be executed by the client. So even though the code might be injected into the web server, it will be executed on the client server, and it will give you privilege to do things to the client computer and not to the server. So it's very important to separate between a client side and server side language. So with the anticipation that you know the difference between server side and client side, I would love to go ahead to another part. So now these components leave us to knowing how we can hack a website, and there is more than one thing that we can exploit to gain control over a website. Now the obvious thing that you reckon of is the web application that we can exploit. So web application is an application installed on the server or on a computer. So if we hack it or if we exploit it, then it is termed as web application hacking. So the web application is the thing that you always interact with. For instance, on Facebook, it is where you search for stuff, or and where you upload pictures, where you write your posts. All of these things are handled by the web application because it's the thing that you click or interact with. So if I could exploit this web application in some way, or if I could gain access to it, if I could connect to the database, then I will be able to maybe gain access over the website or even the web server, and at the best or worst scenario to other websites on the same server. The other way of gaining access to website is attacking the computer itself. So let's say your target was facebook.com and you couldn't get in. You couldn't find an exploit in the web application or database itself. You tried everything possible we will talk about later on. Then your other option would be to exploit the programs installed on that computer, because we said a web server or website is installed on a normal computer just like our home computer. So if you couldn't get in using the web applications, then what if there one of the programs installed has a buffer overflow or remote execution exploit? What if the web server itself or the database program has a possible exploit that allows you to just gain access to the whole web server, including all the websites inside it? So this would be really cool, right? Now again, if we web application or server are immune to your attack, then you could target the humans, because we know websites are managed by humans. For example, facebook.com, you can target Zuckerberg, or you can target the employees working on it Facebook. Then then they might be able to upload sensitive file to the website, and then you can control it, and voila, you hack it. Now, this course will be concerned with the web application penetration testing. So, we are going to learn how to discover and exploit a large number of vulnerabilities along with their security mechanism that can be found in the web application, and also we will learn to secure them. So, this is gonna be it for this video. Like, subscribe, and if you have any queries, comment down below and stay safe. Thank you.